The shaft looks okay. Good luck to find this bearing. Alright. Brushes minimum. Oh boy. I have to remove this bearing here. I hope that I'm not gonna destroy the housing. We're gonna see about that, because I'm gonna use the housing as a puller to stay the bearing on the front end. Alright, here I just lock the brushes in place back. It doesn't have to be deployed out. Yeah, let's wash a couple of things to see what we have. After washing the parts, the housing, I wash it with a detergent. Alright, it looks nice and decent. It does have a grease, it does have a dust, does have nothing. It looks nice. This I might break it. I hope not. We're gonna find out. The stator and the rotor with a spray contact cleaner only and a soft brush. I don't want to have any headache, to be honest. Alright. The bolts with detergent, a couple of plastic pieces and these things. Now, what I want to do? Yeah. Before I mess here with the brushes, I have to release again the brushes to come out, because I keep it in place. This, you have to put also this seal up here, has one small hole at this point, and there is also one small hole here. So when you put it together, you pull this pin, and it's not exploded, it's not a grenade. You pull this, and then you release the brushes. All the alternators, with one way or the other, need to be held in place, the brushes, until you put the rotor, and then you have to release it. Alright, first I'm gonna try to remove the bearing. Yes, this bearing I haven't removed it yet. Why I'm saying that? Because I might break the housing, and if I break the housing, I have to go to find a new alternator. And like I told you, the bearing makes sound. Yeah, actually that's the reason why I opened the alternator, because of the sound, and because I was touching the rotor to the stator. Now the stator, it's nice and clean. It doesn't have anything around. It was touching the dirt probably with a combination of the bearings. The rear bearing, okay, I remove it. Good luck to find this one. Good luck. Thailand. Alright, why not? Yeah. So, one rear bearing, one front bearing. When I remove it, I want to see the brushes, if I don't destroy it. If we can change also the brushes, if we found and we change also the brushes, you're gonna be welcome, because from the point of charging, it didn't have any problem with the alternator. Now you're gonna tell me, you might put it all together and then you're not gonna charge. That's a different story. If I F up something. Alright? I hope it's gonna keep running as it was running, just without the sound. If we cannot do something on the brushes, there are some meat, some material on the brushes, so I guess it can stay. I guess. We're gonna see. Before I touch this, let's try. I mean, if the next clip of the video, yeah, you're gonna be, if it finishes, let us say, the video after 10-15 seconds, that means I broke the housing. Let's see. Let me show you what's breaking usually if you try to unpress the bearing and keep the bearing in the housing. Alright, usually it breaks these small things here, the nerves, because this is to get the forces like this, vertical, not horizontal. So when I'm gonna go to put it on the press and apply pressure here, all this piece is gonna go down, this is gonna stay up. So I might destroy it here. That's what happened before. I destroyed an alternator. Fortunately, the alternator was already gone. I just opened it. I don't even remember why I was opening it. And I destroyed it. In this case, yeah, we need to change the bearings, right? What will gonna be the worst case scenario? We need to change the alternator completely. We're gonna keep this for parts probably. Let's find out. And here we go. The bearing unpressed. We don't have a lucky owner. We don't have a lucky owner from the point that if I break the housing, I have to buy for a new one, you know. As soon as I took the chance and I open it with this way, if I break it, it's my responsibility. So unfortunately, the owner is not lucky to get a brand new alternator. We have to stick with that. Removing the bearing from here, getting the two bearings as a sample, and deal with the brushes to see if I can do something here. Nice and carefully. I don't know if it has any sealant or something. I might not touch that at all. We're gonna see. Let me remove the bearing now. I opened the cover back here. I didn't break it. That's good, not bad. And then it looks like that's been soldered here, the brushes. That's how does it looks like, to me at least. All right, so it makes sense to send it. I mean, the upper one is okay. The lower one, it has more wear. From what I see, is 041, both. So you're gonna tell me you're gonna change both, right? Why not? Yeah, in any case, what makes sense? Because I'm not an electrician, it makes sense to send it to someone who has done this before to replace the brushes. Now, if you put a universal brushes, what's the thing here? It has to be enough. If it's too much the length of the brushes, you're never gonna be able to pass the tool to lock the brush in place. So I have to remove material. I hope it don't be the case, because you have to come with a Dremel and remove some material. If we found the original brushes, then we're gonna be unsoldering this, solder the new ones, put it inside, and call it a day. All right. Once again, the voltage regulator, the winding here on the stator, on the rotor, there is no problem because it was charging fine. Another thing, this seal, it comes here. I remove from here, I wash it. All right. And that's the small hole that I was saying earlier. And when you put it like this back in place, yeah, yes, there you go. That's the hole that has to pass this from inside, and it's gonna be like that until I pass the rotor. So, oh come on, it bites or what? All right, okay, yeah, leave it there. It's not the time now. It's not the time now. All right. Keep also this one here. Actually, it's gonna end up in one box altogether inside. I'm not gonna keep it here on the table. Why? I'm gonna explain why. Because the last time that I ordered two bearings for the M057, they came after a week. I changed the two bearings for this alternator before, these two, and they arrived after a week. So I'm not gonna keep for one full week an alternator on the table. Makes sense, I guess. So that's it with the alternator. When I'm gonna receive the bearings, if we found the bearings, what's gonna be the worst case scenario? I'm gonna tell you what's the worst case scenario. Closing it back as it is, opening the seals carefully here on the bearing, put a fresh grease inside, same thing here, to don't spin freely. All right, and then put it on, and we're gonna see how long it's gonna last. Right? If we find brushes, bearings, it's gonna be the best case scenario, because there is no problem on the, like I said, stator rotor. There is no overheat mark or something. It will not gonna touch the rotor on the stator on the dirt that had the stator, because it didn't touch on the metallic piece. It was touching on the dirt that had. So we have a good chances. It doesn't take time, you know, to do all these things. You know, it's maximum an hour, and to close back together it's faster actually, because everything is right. It's ready. I just had to go to press the bearing in place, and that's it. Yep. Finish. Thank you very much. Over and out.